Smackdown, Smackdown. What do I have to really say about Smackdown tonight? Do I think it was a better show? In some ways, yes. In some ways, no. But, did I think it was better than the shit that was going on last night on Monday Night Raw? Yeah, I'll say that. It was better than that. But, how can I say this, looking at both shows? Yes, there was a lot going on tonight that was going to be on the line. Raleigh, North Carolina, PNC Arena. I will say this crowd tonight was not a bad crowd. I kept hearing things like I reading on Twitter that a lot of the fan cheers were piped in, that they can make the audio louder or something, but I'm not really sure about that. But yes, there was a lot of things going on as we kicked it off with Samoa Joe. Joe came out, pulled a ladder under the ring, grabbed the briefcase, and talk about the ladder. The ladder is like a connection between earth and salvation, almost like some biblical type of thing about the heavens and how I guess the angels get something, but there is no salvation, and that Money in the Bank, he will only be the only one smiling. And as Joe always cuts a great promo as he does, he would grab the briefcase and have his campaign of fear and intimidation that would shake SmackDown to its very core. And they would prove that Daniel Bryan, that there are far worse things than forced retirement. He says you need to go call your wife and tell your daughter that, story that he would make it home from this match tonight, but he will never be the same man like he was. That Daniel would be drenched in regret, sadness, failure, and what was the last thing he said? And his hopes. That, Brie tells his daughter that, there was a bad man who did this to her father, and his name is Samoa Joe. A very masterful promo by Joe as usual. Like I said, probably the best heel promo on there, trying to make this work as much as possible. Because, yes, Samoa Joe was supposed to face Daniel Bryan tonight, which was going to be a one-on-one, but like I said, great promo from him. Bryan came out, talked about Joe, said, you ever mention my daughter one more time, he will break his leg. And he said, if Joe's looking for a fight, let's do this right now. But before the match even happened, Big Cass came out in a suit and a crutch saying that he's going to have his Money in the Bank opportunity and that Daniel Bryan. And he's tired of the second chance crap, as he called Daniel the shrimp and the blimp known as Joe. I like how Joe said whatever. And he talked to Paige in the back and that there won't be a Daniel Bryan versus Samoa Joe, which I probably would have been better with that match. I know some people say they need to hold it off, and I'm sure it'll be down the road sooner or later, but I think if it happened tonight, it would have been better. But Cass said that he pretty much told both of them that he is medically cleared, which he is right now. So he pretty much was going to hit Daniel with a crutch, but he hit Samoa Joe with it. And then as Daniel attacked them, Daniel attacked Cass. Cass threw him into a ladder, and then he took the briefcase and beat both guys down, which I'm sure you all noticed is going to end up into a triple threat match tonight anyways. I wasn't really a big fan of the idea of being a triple threat. I'd rather just go with the one-on-one, because putting Cass back into this thing now, it's like you still want to continue this whole Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass feud, which is kind of really dead in the water at this point. And it just hasn't been, it wasn't even that good in general. But, yeah, I don't know. It just kind of knocked this match a couple pegs down, making it a triple threat match instead of just keeping it a one-on-one for who is the final slot in Money in the Bank. But before we get back into the main event later on, Shinsuke Nakamura went against Ty Dillinger, who actually still exists on SmackDown, and actually had a different haircut this time. So, as, y'all say, I'm really surprised Ty Dillinger's back. I don't know where this guy has been, but finally he shows up on here. I don't know where the hell he's been. It's like he just disappeared off the show or the face of the earth or something. I haven't really seen him since the shakeup, but Nakamura went against Ty Dillinger, and Nakamura was counting 10 several times as people went on to count with him. Was this match bad? No, I don't think it was. It's actually good to see Ty back on, and Nakamura mostly trying to count to 10 most of the time, but Ty Dillinger kept getting up and even imitating Nakamura's "come on" thing. You know, it's like "come on." But Nakamura pretty much hit him with a Kinshasa from the top, from the second rope, and then hit him with a Kinshasa to the face, and pretty much picking the win after hitting multiple kicks. And then he kicked Ty Dillinger in the back of the head, and he counted to 10 and won the match. So most of this whole thing was see how long, the person could stay down till 10, which is kind of funny that we have the perfect 10 and Nakamura's counting to 10 several times. So it's I don't know why it fits like with that, just because the last man standing and it's the perfect 10, but he's gonna be down for the 10 count. But I guess you want to look at that. That's how it goes. AJ Styles then cut a promo. You know, a lot of people underestimating him, and he said he's always a fighter, and this is the house that AJ Styles built, and he will be last man standing at Money in the Bank. But I don't know. Nakamura versus Ty Dillinger wasn't that bad. It wasn't. But I don't know, the whole counting to 10 thing can get annoying, but I guess he's trying to get in AJ's head throughout all of this. Next was probably one of the most pointless things that didn't even need to happen tonight, was a dance-off between Naomi and Lana. This was like some diva shit right here from probably the year 2008 or maybe 2010. And I know there's nothing to do, and I guess like 2-3 weeks of Money in the Bank, and this was just filler. This is all what it was. Like this wasn't it didn't do nothing advancing it. Yeah, Rusev Day was out there with Lana, and people did Rusev Day chants and whatever. Usos came out with Naomi, since Jimmy is his, that's his wife out there and stuff. But I guess the Usos are officially face now, since they keep getting involved in somewhere with Naomi too, because it's not like they're going for the tag team titles right now and they got nothing better else to do. So they did this dance off. Lana did some type of break dance moves. Naomi did some hip hop dance, and then they shook hands and kind of danced together, then like some kid in place type of deal. But Lana pretty much hit Naomi with a neck breaker and slapped Jimmy Uso. Naomi kind of came back and started taking Lana down. Uso super kicked both English and Rusev from the ring. Naomi hit the rear view on Lana and got rid of her. So I guess Naomi. Who won this? Literally, who won? I guess they said it was Naomi or something like. But this was pointless. Okay, this was pointless. This is probably the worst thing on the show. I don't know what the point of this segment was. It didn't build anything. It didn't really accomplish anything. It didn't lead anything towards Money in the Bank. It just was there to be there. It's like you just had to do this match for the fuck of it. Not the match, but this whole dance contest for whatever reason. Lana, it's already bad enough she's in Money in the Bank, but you couldn't just done a one-on-one match with these two. Did we have to do a dance-off because we know how Lana is that bad in the ring and couldn't keep up with Naomi in general? Well, what is the point with all of this? I don't get it. This was just kind of there to be there. So that's why I said it was like something you would see in the Divas era. Like I said, from like maybe I was just picking around 08, maybe 06, 07, around a lot of those years, all the way to 2000 and I don't know, 13. I just noticed in the 2000s, like 2010s, really. That's all I can name from that, with a lot of women doing dance contests. But this was ridiculous. The New Day went against the Bar and the Miz, which was actually a really fun tag match to look at. I actually would recommend going back and look at this. This was pretty good. I did like how Miz kind of ran to the big ending for the win. It was pretty good. I don't know, the pancake cake thing is still kind of getting annoying from time to time. It really is. So I don't know, booty worth and pancakes. It's really annoying. I may start turning to waffles now. syrup and stuff. But New Day versus The Bar was really good. The Bar and The Miz really good. New Day picked up the win, of course. But this was probably one of the best matches of the night right here. Really good tag match, and the crowd was very into it. Next, they interviewed Gallows and Anderson. Talk about they're going to be the champions, and Carl Anderson still talk about the hot Asian wife. I haven't heard that in a while. And then the Bludgeon Brothers kind of came on the TV screen and talking about that the bodies will be liquefied or something at Money in the Bank. So that was going to go down. Paige announced that it was going to be a triple threat match now, like I kind of said earlier, with Cass, Daniel Bryan, and Samoa Joe. And then she actually ran back into her Absolution members and told her that Mandy Rose was going to go one-on-one with Asuka tonight. So that was going to pretty much happen then. I don't think what happened next after this tag match. We got to say what I had to say about the New Day. Moving on into that, Carmella was on commentary for the Asuka versus Mandy Rose, which I guess they're putting a lot in them. I don't know. Mandy Rose is interesting. She even has her own graphic now. Yes, we have the soft camera focus, hard focus on camera setting, and Mandy Rose's porn stripper music coming out as Asuka came out. Then Sonya Deville attacked her. I was surprised this match went on kind of long. I was surprised they let Mandy Rose get a lot of offense in on Asuka, really. I was actually kind of surprised to see that. Like, is everybody getting a lot of offense on Asuka nowadays? I feel like Asuka hasn't even been on the show, kind of. Like she has, but it's like she hasn't at the same time and done that much. Then again, it feels like Asuka has become another person on the roster ever since losing to Charlotte, and doesn't feel like that unstoppable force before WrestleMania. But Asuka was able to pick up the win with the Asuka lock. Like I said, I'm just surprised Mandy Rose got this much offense on Asuka in this match. Carmella was on commentary. Carmella pretty much came in and helped the title belt up and championship, I guess, for Money in the Bank. Becky and Charlotte were watching the screen as Charlotte said that she hopes Asuka wins, so that when she gets the Money in the Bank briefcase, she will have her WrestleMania rematch for the title. But Becky says, I'm going to win. I was close last year, but now no one's going to stop me. You can see Paige walk by through the kind of in the background if you look real close. And as Paige talked about, we were Team PCB a few years ago, and now they were talking about the tea time, which I don't think Paige tried to keep up with Becky and Charlotte, which they do that tea thing a lot, but really couldn't. But I'm sure, which pretty much now announced that will be a match next week between Charlotte and Becky. So that's gonna happen next week. Sorry, a little tired here tonight, but yeah, that's gonna be a match next week. Moving on throughout the show, as we got into the main event of the show now. Well, I shouldn't say the main event, but next was, well, we actually saw Almas on the show tonight, Andrade Cien Almas. I actually think we weren't going to see him, as I think it was Sin Cara that walked up and was giving Almas a hug and saying something in Spanish to him, but Vega told him to back off. And some people say it was Lince Dorado. I could have swore that was really Sin Cara right there. But he pretty much said, him and Andrade Cien Almas go way back, but Zelina Vega pretty much went on to say that you don't even know him. And they pretty much blew him off as, I think Sin Cara said, are you serious? Like, yeah, I'm sure he does know him from back then. Cause I'm like, you guys were in the same group together? You guys sure you were in Ingo Bernables? Kind of like doing that now. That's the only other thing I know him for from back then. La Sombra. But as we move on to the triple threat match between Daniel Bryan, Samoa Joe, and Big Cass, this was not a bad match, and this was a good main event. I will say that. I think I would have seen it better with the one-on-one match between Bryan and Samoa Joe. All I knew is that Samoa Joe had to win this match, and that he did, after Daniel Bryan hit Cass with the running knee. Joe pretty much put Bryan in a complete clutch, putting him to sleep. Daniel Bryan never tapped out. So Joe winning was kind of obvious. Either way, I knew he had to beat Daniel Bryan to become to be in Money in the Bank, because like I said, for Samoa Joe kind of needs to win after the whole Roman thing back in Backlash. So yeah, but then after the whole match, it looks like we're still gonna see Cass versus Bryan. I don't really want to see this continue. I don't really care. This feud is just kind of run its course. We already saw it happen at Backlash, and Daniel kicking the shit out of him literally 2 weeks ago on Smackdown. So I'm not really looking forward for another Bryan versus Cass match. Cass is good in the ring, but not really that good. He's okay at best, but I don't think his whole push is working out well. And didn't he get in trouble for arguing about the whole beating up the midget segment a few weeks ago? I didn't say he really was hurt, but well, he's not hurt now since he was clear to do this match tonight. But I don't really want to see this feud continue between Bryan and Cass. It's just kind of ridiculous. I thought it moved over after one time, and I thought it'd be dead after that. But it looks like we got to see another Bryan versus Cass match, and I'm really not looking forward to it. And I don't know. They're really trying to get Cass over. They really are, but I don't think it's working. But yeah, Samoa Joe picking up the win was most logical, and he was going to be in the Money in the Bank match in general. Do I think he'll win? No. But I'm sure he'll do really great in the match. But I knew he was winning tonight. Look at the Smackdown tonight. Was this a better show? In some ways, yes. It was good to decent on some parts. I did like the main event for what it was, but I'd rather have seen a one-on-one match, even though they had to do the whole bait and switch thing. Dillinger versus Nakamura, I thought it was okay to be pretty good, so I didn't have a problem against that. I really did like the New Day versus The Bar tonight on this show. Asuka versus Mandy Rose, couldn't really care about. I'm just surprised Mandy Rose got a lot of offense in on Asuka throughout this. I thought this match would have been really quick, but it really wasn't. The dance-off was fucking ridiculous between Naomi and Lana. I don't really care. This was a waste of time and didn't really even need to happen on TV. Trying to think if there was anything else to discuss as in regarding to SmackDown. I don't know. I pretty much ran down the card of what happened. Main event itself. I've already said Dillinger versus Nakamura. The New Day versus The Bar and Miz. Pretty much kicking off with the promo from Samoa Joe in the beginning. The dance-off being fucking ridiculous. So yeah, that's pretty much kind of run down the show just for some quick bullet points right there. What will happen next week, mostly, especially for Money in the Bank. I will say I waited a while to do this review because I actually did want to go watch 205 Live and see the Cruiserweight title match between Cedric Alexander and Buddy Murphy. I recommend going back to look at this match. I'm not really watching 205 that much anyways. I know it's a better show nowadays. I catch it from here in time to time, but I do recommend if you want to see a really good match, a really great match I should say, go check out Cedric Alexander versus Buddy Murphy. I'm not really going to spoil what's going to happen. If you want to go look at it, feel free to go look at it. I recommend watching the match. But yeah, this is my SmackDown review tonight. That's pretty much my thoughts on tonight's show. I know it's another 2-3 weeks away from Money in the Bank, but they've really got to get their shit together on a lot of these things, because it's like we're just trying to put stuff together, almost like with Monday Night Raw, kind of whatever we can cook up with, because who thought of a dance-off all day? Who really thought that was going to be a good idea? Didn't do nothing. I would say the crowd was pretty good tonight. I will give them that, being Raleigh, North Carolina, so it was really good. I will say that. But yeah, that's kind of my review for SmackDown tonight. I'm kind of rambling a little bit here right now, but yes, comment, subscribe, make sure you check out my show. You know what I am, you know what I do. It's going down, and make sure you can check back anytime to see any review of SmackDown. So yeah, I am out of here. I will see you guys later. Peace out. Please check out my Monday Night Raw review, and even check out my Twitter if you want to find a review up there. Also, Master Bryce 890 or Hooded Night 890. But I am out of here. I will see you guys later. Peace out.